name's Sonia Czernik. I'm based in Perth, Western Australia. I'm 62 years old. I came out to Australia not knowing anyone when I was 40, just quite late in life. But I was born in London and born into a dysfunctional family, Italian mother, Polish father. And they had a love-hate relationship, and there was a lot of violence in the home, and the ambulance would often be called around to take one or both to hospital. And my brother was epileptic from a fall that he had. So we were born in the East End of London, and it was a slum area, it was a poor area. And one memory that sort of always stands out with me is when my sister came into the room, into my bedroom. I'd gone up and tried to bury my head in a book. I wasn't reading, absorbing anything, but I was sort of just wanted to get away from all the confusion and the violence and the shouting and screaming. And my sister came in screaming at me, saying, "You're reading a book and they're killing themselves down there. Go down and sort it out." And I was only 18 months older than her. We were children, so I knew that it wasn't my responsibility. But and what could I do? She says, "You're the only one that would listen. They'll listen to." And I thought, me, a kid. So it was sort of a really crazy childhood, but it really sort of set me up for realizing how I was always in the middle of things and called upon to try to settle, even as a kid, to sort of settle the confusion and the chaos type of thing. So it was a miracle that I ever actually sort of moved on to university, even though nobody in the family had gone that far. It was a question of the culture was from my mother, you stay, you get married and have kids, and that's the way it is. And so it was traditional back then. That's what you did. So it was what my sister wanted to do. Her ambition was that. And so having studied pharmacy, I then realized that pharmacy was not really the way to go. So I moved into lots of other areas of complementary medicine, and more importantly, working with the mind. And since 2003, I worked one-on-one as a hypnotherapist across a board of different conditions, and have spoken at different to different groups, nationally to GPs, locally recently to 90 teachers, basically talking about mindsets and showing how shifting your mindset can shift your world and your reality. So I've just got one slide here that I wanted to show because of the power of the mind, really. And it was because I do see a lot of children as well. Parents come to me with their children, whatever issue it might be, and just to really highlight how we can shift our world, we can shift our reality, whatever we think's going on, and to go deeper into what's going on, into the thoughts and feelings and emotions that are taking place, to shift our reality. So the mother brought to me this girl who had been suffering for years and years with severe eczema. And these are the photos that the mother took. And it was it doesn't look too bad, but it was all over her body, legs and feet. And then the mother said it got progressively worse since over the last 3 years, and she had seen many dermatologists, skin specialists, and tried everything, steroids, topical injection, etc., and nothing had taken effect, nothing had worked. So just working with the mind and basically identifying what was really going on with this child, and her thoughts and feelings, which the mother, loving, caring mother, was um, uh, not oblivious to, naturally, because she'd never really been able to connect the dots that this child was actually felt, even though it wasn't true, that her mother preferred her sister, had a preference for a sister. So this child was itching, scratching unconsciously. This is just a typical case study that I'm sharing with you. And it resulted in her confidence being completely depleted, not being able to focus on anything at school, not being, just a lack of enthusiasm and a lack of interest in life, a lack of interest in learning anything. So she was very sort of sad when she came to me, and just by identifying beliefs and what the child was believing about herself and her life, and explaining how that I refer to it as energy, whether it's a stream of thoughts, feelings, emotions, that is experienced throughout the entire body. It's not just in the head, it's in the body. And that after day 18, so this is like the second, after the second session, this was the result of clearing out those negative thoughts, the negative self-talk that this child was having. So, and she's remained clear of the eczema, severe itchiness and scratching. So she was scratching during the nighttime too, so completely unaware of her scratching during sleep. And so what I'm really about, I'm about helping people identify what belief systems that they have, which is basically a collection of thoughts, feelings, and emotions that may be suppressed, and then clearing that out, because it will manifest at some point physically, and that's what I'm about preventing. So I work in a number of ways, but I just sort of feel that there's only really two energies, and then everything stems from that. There's the love energy with all these branches, which is respect, appreciation, good self-talk, confidence, in loving oneself, and therefore with that self-love being able to truly love another. And then everything that's not love, which has fear, underlying fear at its root cause. So this is what I'm about having sort of grown up, seeing a lot of, having had a lot of worldly experiences, which has given me a good understanding, having been raped myself, being my first sexual experience, has allowed me to be able to have compassion and empathy for people that come to me. And that's an important element, I feel, when helping another, assisting another, being a catalyst for their own healing, whether that's a mental, emotional, or physical healing. So I work with spirit as well. So what I mean by that, I work with my higher self, that divine part of me, and communicating with the other person's highest aspect of them. That's, I suppose, as a result of the spiritual awakening I had in 2014, I came to really appreciate how we're all connected and there's no separation, and that we are, or whatever experience we have, however we perceive it, whether we perceive it as amazing or extremely negative, right across the board, we are creating that experience, whether it's consciously creating it or unconsciously creating it. And so taking responsibility for that, even if you don't know how you've created the situation, knowing that it's there to serve you in some way. And so that's a bit more of what I'm about. And I'm at the moment writing and have written a number of books to talk about our transformation and how we're all evolving and becoming wiser, more aware, and how we can continue to evolve in this way to heal ourselves. I think, I'm not sure how long I've gone on for, but that's it in a nutshell.